The late 20th century saw disability activism transform into concrete legal action. One of the first major legislative breakthroughs was the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, particularly Section 504. This section prohibited discrimination against individuals with disabilities in programs receiving federal funding. However, enforcement was initially weak, prompting widespread protests and sit-ins. In 1977, activists occupied federal buildings across the country to demand that Section 504 be enforced. The most famous of these protests occurred in San Francisco and lasted 28 days, the longest nonviolent occupation of a federal building in U.S. history. Led by figures like Judith Heumann, the sit-ins succeeded in pressuring the government to implement long-overdue regulations. At the same time, the independent living movement was gaining traction. Inspired by Ed Roberts and others, disabled individuals began advocating not just for inclusion, but for self-determination. Centers for independent living opened across the nation, offering peer support, advocacy, and services that empowered people to live outside of institutions and make their own life choices. This era also marked a shift in how disability was understood. Activists began emphasizing the social model of disability, which argued that societal barriers, not individual impairments, were the primary obstacles to inclusion. This reframing allowed for a more empowering, rights-based approach to disability advocacy. By 1990, the groundwork was laid for the most comprehensive disability rights legislation in U.S. history. The activism, legal challenges, and public pressure of the previous 2 decades had created a strong coalition ready to push for full civil rights.